All right, welcome in. We are live today. Uh, some apologizing for the late start. Man, it's been a little rough this morning, a little busy yesterday with my businesses, so I apologize for being a little late today. Normally we start at 8:30, but here we are at 9. Cody will be joining us in a little bit. Um, So we got a lot of great things we want to talk about. A lot of fun, crazy stuff that happened to crypto over the weekend. Although not the downward turn I was hoping for, but this is a good place to go. A lot of things to talk about with Quant, XRP, Bitcoin, of course the markets, everything going on with Ripple, success, the their acquisition and of a company, and of course quite a bit of things. But as you folks kind of come in and join in, if you guys can give us a like and share. Yesterday's stream we got over like 7,600 likes, so it was a really good stream. I'm hoping we can get break the 8,000 barrier today. And we had a lot of good conversations and questions yesterday. So you guys can certainly enjoy your support and keep the questions coming. Definitely, it's an open forum. I'm going to put the invite in the chat on YouTube and Facebook. We are live on all platforms, so certainly join us however you'd like. If you're on TikTok, you can certainly comment any questions you have related to business, investing, real estate, stocks, crypto, or if you want to come on live and ask your questions, we have our link where you can join live. It's open forum as always. We appreciate everyone's support and questions. We do our best to answer them as best we can for you guys. So with that said, we're just waiting for Cody to get in here. Yesterday was a good conversation. We talked mainly about what's in our portfolios and everything, or what's in my portfolio, and going over my entire thing. So if you want to check that out, you can go to our YouTube channel. All the streams are uploaded there live for you guys, so you can certainly take a look there and go through our history and some of our stock picks and everything. We do this live every morning, 8:30 Central Time, Monday through Friday, for crypto morning chat, and then we do our what's in your portfolio every Sunday at 8:30, and then we do our every Wednesday night we do a coin or stock of community choice, and we analyze it and do some research on it. And of course, you can always ask any questions anytime. We do our best to help help you guys answer those as best we can. But as you guys come in, we can certainly like and subscribe and share. The crypto market's been a little crazy. Right now, we're at 1.16 trillion valuation. Kind of had a little spike there. Bitcoin rose. It was briefly over 28,000 there, but now we're back down to 27,900 range. We also got Ethereum at 3% up on the 4 hour period. Uh, Welcome back, Luis Jose. Thanks for joining in. Thoughts on Quant? Well, I've always said Cody and I have always been big supporters of Quant. We are not paid supporters. We have it in our wallet as well and in our portfolio. If Bitcoin is crypto gold, Ethereum is crypto silver, then Quant will be the crypto platinum, and is definitely a good add-on into your portfolio. Now, what they're trying to do is tokenization of real-world assets, which will help bypass any title offices and things like that. And lately, they've been on the rise, as in the last 24 hours are up 8.8%. Depending on the exchanges, I will cover later on how to arbitrage, because some exchanges you can get your crypto sold for a lot higher than you can on some others. So we're going to go over that too. But Quant right now is at $111. They got some smart money behind it. They just started working with Ripple on interoperability and cross-chain networking with using XRP, as well as allowing Ripple to connect to the Overledger. And what I like about it is that everything is tokenizing real world assets, putting your real estate titles of anything of sense of ownership onto the Overledger will help expedite, title transfers and things like that rather than having title companies and it takes forever. Uh, Shout out to 400 Days. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for your comment and support. Uh, there is some dirty money behind it too, and there's always dirty money behind a lot of things. I definitely don't trust the money behind it, but I know that they're putting money behind it. So if I could just kind of slip through, if we could slip through in their shadow and make money along with them, then we won't get so burned on the back half. But I will say this: you're gonna wish you had gotten Quant at $100 when it becomes around 10 to 15,000, and some people even have estimates of it getting up to 50,000. I don't think it's going to get that high anytime soon, but it will definitely get there. Hey, Tyler, thank you for the support. Really appreciate it. If you got questions, certainly put it in there. I'll try to give you top priority. If you guys do any type of support or payments or anything, we will definitely try to make sure we get you more screen time than most questions. Um, but hey, thank you guys for joining and sharing. Let's try to keep the likes going. There always is dirty money behind everything. It's been in the finance world forever, and Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan are not exempt from that. They're pretty much the proprietors of that. So they never seem to get their hands dirty. But it is what it is. Like you can't I can't change that. But what I can do is follow their money and try to make money along with them. So that way I'm not in that bad of a position, if that makes sense. 10K quant is absurd. What's your thesis? Shout out to doing your own, I guess that's F in research, which is true. Definitely do your own research and make sure you understand anything and everything you need to know about the asset you're getting involved in with investing. That is definitely something you definitely need to do. But 10K quant is absurd. What is your thesis? Uh, my thing is based on being that there is JP Morgan, some big banks behind it. They're working, it's working to tokenize the assets and they're keeping it at 20, I think it was about 20, 15 million quant. There's going to be a certain level of quant. I have to go back and look at the white paper, but there's a minimum amount of quant and there's very little supply of it. So with that being said, as soon as retail investors find out that, uh, you can definitely join. You can definitely join in that network. What was I going to say? Oh my god, I'm trying to read your guys' comments. Um, yes, the maximum. I do mean it. I think it's like 15 million max tokens. So once retail investors catch on, and with there being a limited supply on all exchanges, and you might not get your order in, then I think that's going to slowly drive the price in the beginning. But once people understand the value and we get more people into the crypto space, I do think a 10,000 quant is there. But I'm not looking at it in next bull run. Next bull run, I'm only looking at maybe a 700. My exact target is $812 is what I'm looking at for the next bull run. I don't see it going any higher than that, and then it's going to go back down to maybe $200-300 range, and we're going to kind of like before trade sideways from there. Um, Shout out to user 009. Can I pay you to invest my $250,000? Like, well, I'm not a financial advisor, but I was a licensed broker. I don't take on clients. The best thing you can do is, I would say, put your $250,000 right now, diversify it into Betterment, Uphold, not Uphold, Betterment, and what's the other one, Wealthfront, and then start doing. Then maybe put like 50,000 of that in back into crypto, and then decide and then talk with your financial advisor, see where you want to be in the future. Uh, Jose, is our less quant than Bitcoin? I think so, but I keep for some reason a 24 million number is in my head, but that might be relative to Bitcoin. But I think Quant's supposed to have a real limited supply. That was the whole point. Like, there's not going to be much of it to keep it in circulation. Um, but I would still, if you're still a little on the fence about Quant, luckily it's in the $100 range, so you could buy a little bit and hedge it with Bitcoin if you'd like. Um, and that's true. Just because they say they can, add more. They could still randomly issue more tokens if they wanted to. That's absolutely correct. Unlike Bitcoin, where we don't know who's in control and there really is no control on it. Uh, oh my God, you guys are coming in, but thank you for the support. They can definitely issue tokens whenever they want, so you got to be careful. And good job to user 299. You bought 10 bitcoins at 16,000. I would, if you bought them at that and that got you to your 250, I would definitely shave some profits, as we are probably going to have a nice little tumble before we really get into the next into the next Bitcoin, into the next bull run for Bitcoin. So, but Bitcoin, I don't think it's going to. Everyone's saying it's going to hit 100,000. I don't think Bitcoin's going to get there. I think it's going to get to around 60. And if the regulation comes, we might get a little higher. Uh, Shout out to ISO XRP. Thoughts on H bar? It's a good hedge to XRP. Right now, it's at a good price at 5 cents. Other than that, I don't have a lot of research on it. I used to have it in my portfolio, but kind of dumped it to get more XRP. But it is a good hedge to have. I do know that some exchanges are allowing you to stake H bar for 5%, so you can make a little bit off of it. But they got a lot. They got a lot of great use on it. Once Cody gets in here, we can kind of go over some details and everything about H bar, but I hope you stay in the chat long enough for me to join in. I know he's got some work to do that he's trying to rush over. Uh, yes, proof of work coins can't do that. Proof of work coins can't do that. They can't add coins arbitrarily. That is true. However, proof of stake can a little bit. Uh, That's true. I mean, never sell your Bitcoin either. It's up to you. It's just, you guys have to do your own assessment of your risk. I'm more of the lines, when I have profit, I take it, and then when a good buy point comes back in, I come back in and rebuy into the area. Yeah, I wouldn't borrow against Bitcoin either. Shout out to Amanda O'Shea. Welcome in. I hope you're enjoying the live. Thanks for the comment there. And I hope you guys are also having a good day. Got some good barbecue planned for the morning, or for this afternoon. So hope you guys are doing well. I wouldn't borrow against any crypto. The only thing I would really borrow against is if you got real estate assets, borrow against that. Crypto's it fluctuates too much right now, so you could get liquidated pretty easily if you borrow against it too much. Um, Shout out to David Goldstein, 830. Hey, thanks for joining us live here. Hope you like and share and help us get the likes up. But thank you for your comment. You take profit in stablecoin? No, I either take profit and slide it into Bitcoin, or I take profit and leave it as cash so I can invest in different things. There's really not too much. I don't really like trust a stable coin. If you're taking profits out of those meme coins, switching to a stable coin is a good idea. But other than that, I don't use stable coins. I either put it into another coin that I've been wanting a good entry in, such as Ethereum or Bitcoin, or I keep it as cash. A lot of times I take my profits out from crypto, put them into cash, and then I go buy a rental property. And that's what I normally do. What are your thoughts on Pulse Chain? I never really got into Pulse Chain. I don't like anything I can't keep on my hard wallet, and that's one of those things I have to keep on a MetaMask. And I don't like the fact that MetaMask is so easily hacked. But there's a huge community behind it. I'm not sure exactly what they do. So if you guys can fill me in, or I might do a video of that just solely on Pulse Chain and Hex for you guys, and just go over my thoughts on it. But I don't have too much thoughts on it because I never really paid attention to it. I only really pay attention to a few coins that I can store on a hard wallet that I can make mine, and I usually really only pay attention to Bitcoin, Ethereum, Quant, XRP, Dot, Atom, and Crow. And even Crow, I've been kind of de-investing in. Uh, Here we go. We got Cody in the stream here, so welcome in.
Dang, it's already been 17 minutes.
Yeah, but we've been going in there. Hey, you're welcome, Phoenix. thank you for your asking. We will, if you want to join us live on Wednesday evening, we probably can go over an in-depth analysis on Pulse Chain and Hex. We don't really do that in our morning chat. We just go over a lot of news, kind of answer a lot
Man,
of questions.
Quant is going crazy. Like I can tell a lot. It went from 96 to 110 where it's at. And man, I bought some in the late 90 range, and I love
Mhm.
how long-term investors are accumulating. I was telling Sal the other day that Quant isn't like a retail coin. It's I feel like a lot of insiders know about Quant, low key. That's just my
Mhm.
theory. That's not a guaranteed thing. I'm not saying that's 100% true. But Quant's just got too many good use cases, and the supply is just small. And I've been accumulating too, and I think other people are starting to have the same idea. That's just my theory.
Exactly. Exactly. I still think there's big money behind it, but just because there might be nefarious money behind it doesn't mean we can't kind of slide it in the shadow, make our profit, and then kind of bounce out. Remember, that's how we're going to grow. We're not going to get as big as the big players, but you can make some life changing wealth in those
Oh
areas.
yeah, I easily see Quant, hitting 1,000. Like it's not that hard. Even in October, right before the FTX stuff, like right before the FTX stuff, we
Uh,
hit $200.
exactly. Shout out to Do Your Own effing research. Thanks again for your support and your comments too. Did you see stability in issuing a BRC $20 stablecoin on the Bitcoin network? That would probably be the most stable one out of them all. I don't
I don't
trust
like that
Tether.
idea though.
Cody doesn't. Cody obviously voiced his opinion, doesn't like it. I'm not really a big fan of stablecoins in general, but
No.
it's more trustworthy than Tether or UD. What's the other one? USDC right now.
But
But
at the same time, like if something was to happen with that Bitcoin stable coin, like Bitcoin would just it would just have a negative like social view and price and
yeah, that
everything. That would be terrible.
absolutely. So like if someone attacked and nuked the coin, it would have a very adverse effect on the price of Bitcoin too. So, but it would make the biggest sentiment, which is retail investor sentiment, go crazy, and then that could cause kind of a very unique chain. However, I could see some big whales kind of nuking it so that Bitcoin can drop and then they could buy a shit ton of Bitcoin. So,
Yeah, it's going to be a manipulated game. I don't like that.
but hey, thank you for your comments and questions there. Do your own research. Definitely appreciate you joining live. And like I guys say, it's open forum. Ask any questions. We definitely really enjoy your guys' support. It's open forum. I'm putting the link to join our live on YouTube in the YouTube chat. So if you're on TikTok and you want to watch us live on YouTube, definitely really come out there. And if you want to kind of join in live and ask your questions, certainly do that. Or if you want to have some, just use your username here and get some privacy, definitely you can comment on TikTok or put your comment in the chat. We can definitely answer it for you. Uh, Shout out to Rich and thanks for joining and thank you for your support. Stable coins I have avoided. Yeah, I kind of avoided them too. The only stable coin I really got into was the Gemini one, and uh, that didn't go well for me because I was staking it on BlockFi and now it's gone. So so I just have to kind of take that fat L and just move on with my life. So what shout out to Do Your Own Research again? Well, what year did you first buy Bitcoin? Actually, it was really this year that I first started buying it. I mean, I had some things where I was staking for nominal interest into Bitcoin, and I didn't really buy it directly. But this was the first year I started buying it directly, especially when it was at the bottom. I think it bottomed out at like 18,000, and then I just started buying into it. So that's kind of where I got in. But I'm not a long term holder of it. I haven't even had it in a wallet for more than 6 months yet. So But I know a lot of people are holding it since like 2018, which you probably made a lot of gains. Uh, so I hope
I know
I
if you held Quant since 2018, you would be in significant gains.
oh my gosh, yes, you would be in significant gains
Be
if you
wealthy,
had on
because it
there.
was at pennies, pennies.
Yeah, it's like 25 cents, I think. Um, Shout out to Rich. I have used it to buy some coffee, old Gemini dollars via AMP token at Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, there's definitely been some. I know that there've been some businesses that are starting to adopt crypto payments. I know that one of the McDonald's, well, not really the McDonald's itself, but the franchise company that owns that McDonald's, a chain of them, is taking a certain. It's a crypto I never heard of, but they're taking a crypto for payment, and they have it like kind of right on the drive-through window. So it's pretty interesting to see where everyone's going. Uh, Doing pretty good on the likes. We got 917. Hope you guys keep sharing, keep liking. Let's bring as many people as we can in here, answer as many questions as we can. Uh, Definitely putting the link to join us live in Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So definitely, if you want to go over there, absolutely. Uh, Shout out to Polaris Scrambler. How long have you been trading for? Well, I've been trading stocks since I was 16, but crypto only about a year and a half.
Yep,
Yeah.
and we got another year and a half left until December 2024.
Oh yeah, and it's we still got a long way to go before we really get to the next bull run. But
Quant
next
just hit
year,
110.
hmm yeah, it's still we're still going. It's dropping a little bit. I think
I
people are,
don't like it. I really don't like it. I hope we hit a rebound. I hope we go back to 96 to 100. I really hope so.
and shout out to Rich. I didn't know that Petco takes crypto either, but hey, there's more and more companies joining that list that accept crypto. I do know that my businesses, my moving company, and my detailing shop does take use Stacks, which is a crypto based payment platform, which
And
they
guess what? So, NWA Hype in Fayetteville, their sneaker resale store, they take crypto.
yeah, I did notice that a lot of the sneaker restores, resale stores, and some of the like high end watch resale stores take crypto as well.
Yep, they'll take Bitcoin or ETH, or I'm sure that I don't know if they take something like Quant. I mean, I'm sure they could set up a wallet for it, but something like
Hmm.
Bitcoin or ETH, that's like the one everybody's taking. Eventually, it'll be like XRP, and pretty much everybody will have once everybody has a wide understanding of these coins and what they can do. I think people will take them as payments.
Uh, yeah, it's I wouldn't see Quanto as payments though.
No,
What I'm going to see, honestly, you guys, in the future is XRP is probably going to be the currency. I have a funny feeling that's what's going to happen. Uh, as the economies grow and we expand and and we start doing
I
more and
think
more
Ripple.
exploration.
I'm
Okay.
sorry to interrupt you, man, but I think Ripple is going to be a giant in finance. And people would call me a fucking retard. People would call me stupid for saying that. But I'm serious. I have a funny feeling, that Ripple is going to become a giant in finance. Not even just with XRP. They use XRP, but like Ripple in general is going to do a lot with the CBDCs. It's the CBDCs are valued at
Mhm.
$100 million right now. They project it to be worth 200 billion by 2030. So in the next 8 years, in 7 years,
Oh,
200 billion
absolutely.
dollars. Not only that, Ripple is a part of that, and XRP is being used. Ripple is just going
Mhm.
to be a giant in finance, and I think you're going to do well holding the Ripple stock.
Oh yeah, and I
You're
have
going
a
to
feeling
do very
it's going to.
well.
Yeah, if you manage to, and for those you don't know, you can get the Ripple private equity stock through Link to, but you got to become an accredited investor, which has several steps involved in it. Um, Shout out to Polaris Scrambler again. Hey, thanks for your comment again. Okay, I'm just starting out putting my life into Forex. I'm guessing you have a Discord. Right now, I do not, but I have been thinking about setting it up. keep in mind I do run two businesses. I run a property management company. I'm doing a lot of work and everything, but I'm thinking about doing about what I do behind the scenes of my businesses and what I'm investing in. I'm growing on a Patreon, so that way you guys can see and I can take more like personal calls and make it more private for you guys, because I know finance is a very personal thing. We don't want to air those out on a public forum. So I was kind of thinking about moving that over to a Patreon or Discord, so we can have a little bit more privacy for people, so you guys can answer some real hard questions. So I'm more than happy to. And if you want some more privacy right now, you can definitely go to our Simply Investing 2015 Facebook page, and the link is in our YouTube to join there, and you can message us privately on there for it.
Man, I'm having like this strange debate with myself though. I'm like, should I accumulate Quant and Ethereum or should I accumulate Quant and XRP? It's so hard for me to decide.
Yeah, and I definitely I have that sort of feeling. Luckily I'm in the position where I have enough financial assets I can kind of do both. But XRP looks like everyone's talking about we're getting a case settlement in July. Uh, Nasdaq just announced their acquisition of an international settlement firm, and so it's looking good for Ripple right now. But to answer Polaris's question there, we will have a private place, either Discord or um, like monthly, weekly Zoom calls to help do everything like that. Uh, Shout out to Rich. And you can use any asset, Flexa, CFI, or DeFi, absolutely, and XLM and Quant. Um, I'm more on Quant than I am on XLM, but I do know that there's a lot of people that are big on XLM right now. So
Yeah,
it's
I
definitely a
prefer
better buy
XRP.
point, but I'd still go for XRP. Um, Shout out to do your own research. Don't buy XRP. They dump more at the supply from escrow, dilute holders every month. I didn't see that happening, but that dilution that was happening over the last few years was mainly coming from Jeb selling his XRP and
Yeah, he
trying
had like
to,
500 million
yeah.
something.
And
He had
every time
500
it
million
ran,
XRP.
yep, and every time it ran up, he would dump more on the market and it would go down. But
He actually had a
given that,
billion
yeah, he
worth
had quite a
500
lot.
million.
He had quite a lot. Having an XRP bag is a good idea. Yes, it is rich. It's right now it's looking like it's a better bag, especially if you've been getting in over the last year because you got in at good entry points. If you're new to crypto, because it's been hovering in that low range, but everyone views things differently. Definitely don't. If you think it's too much of a risk, don't invest in it because it is a lot of risk. The way the case can go in either direction.
Exactly.
So you better learn how XRP really works. Absolutely. Shout out to do your own research. You should really learn how all the XRP and all these cryptos really work. And he says, I'd buy Ripple stock though. Yes. And unfortunately, right now, you can only get it if you're an accredited investor, which is either some say have assets of 1 million after your home worth, or some require you to have a net worth of 3 million or more to become a accredited investor. But you have to become an accredited investor where that risk won't destroy you financially taking that risk. Uh, Shout out to Surgic Banger, guy coming in with stock with coins are always pumping. Velo pumping might do a 3x. Look at the charts, not financial advice. So he usually has some good picks. I'm not really into all that day trading, but he definitely seems like he is. Um, but so right now, I really want to kind of go over some of the news of XRP. Shout out to Rich. Once the private ledger and public ledger are on the same ledger, then the price will rise for XRP, and that could happen. A lot of it does also have to be investor sentiment, and we have to get more people. More people have to become interested in the crypto market as a whole, and that's how we're going
Exactly.
to get this to grow. But Cody, what are some of your thoughts on XRP? Because you're the guy that got me into XRP.
XRP it's in this steady legal case that's going to end soon, but I actually don't hold any right now just because, like I said, I had to sell some at the beginning of the year to pay something off. I still have my Quant and my Polkadot and my Atom, but I'm thinking about slowly dollar cost averaging back into XRP. But XRP is a risky one. It really is. You got to proceed with caution. XRP has a lot of great things. We say a lot of great things about XRP, but in my opinion, it's still a valid risk.
Hmm. Yeah, and it's still it's their proprietary technology and everything is definitely something to keep an eye out for. They have the fastest transaction speeds in crypto right now, and the cheapest. So I can't really argue that. But at the same time, you got to do your research. You got to be very careful what you invest in, and make sure it meets what your understanding and acceptance is. Um, let's see here, coming back up. Shout out to do your own research again. If you create a crowdfunding platform, you can buy into private equity without needing to be accredited. I'm not sure about that, but maybe it has worked in the past. Not really sure, but if it works, you definitely can. I think linked to though, you have to individually invest for it. Shout out to Sergey Banger again. Been holding XRP since 2020, so yeah, we really want to see some action soon, but it sucks because the case and what Jeb is doing has been delaying some price action, and we got robbed on where it should have been. So the last bull run, it should have made to $10. So I'm thinking this bull run, it's going to get to 10 or close to it, and then we'll
I
start
think it'll hit
our
450 to 5. That's
action.
my honest prediction on XRP. It'll make a 10x.
Absolutely, absolutely. Shout out to Angelito Quant. Definitely. I definitely think you should be holding as much quant as you can get, especially since there's limited supply on the exchanges. It's going to be hard to
In
find.
my opinion, Quant and Ethereum are the two biggest bets in the market. Like XRP is too. If you want to be risky, and accumulate a shit ton of XRP, that's valid too. But I don't know. I just see ETH and Quant because ETH is. I mean, you could argue that
Mhm.
ETH has been bleeding against its Bitcoin pair. Yeah, sure, it has been slowly as of right now. But in the bull run, I just see Ethereum and Quant being the two biggest plays. No
Yeah.
doubt in my mind. Like those are my two
Yep.
most confident plays.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if you're holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, Quant, and XRP, you're probably going to have a pretty good profit range coming on the next bull run. Um, I also think you should probably get a little bit into Atom and Dot
I
to
have both of those.
get to help that grow. Shout out to do your own research. The best uh, the best case to jump into crypto right now is decentralized perpetual futures exchange tokens. I overall think that right now is the best time to get into crypto just in general because you're this is right at the about the bottom. We're going to trade sideways for a little bit and to see
I
do
think we have another year and a half to. I think we have another year and a half left of the bear market. Then again, Bitcoin could be at 2x where it's at right now, which is about 55,000.
yeah.
It could literally be at 55K in the next year, or it could be okay. This is the scenario: we're either at $53,000, or if we're not at $53,000, we're pretty much where we're at now, or at 20K.
Yeah,
It's got to be
exactly.
one or the other. There is no middle ground for the halving year. It's
Mhm.
either we're at 53K this time next year, or we're at 23.
Yep. Yeah, and right now we're kind of like quants at I think it's really like leveled out. If you got it last year was it was a record low that we've had in a while, and then that's its yearly low at like $48.
My
And then
conclusion. Oh, sorry about that.
oh no, and then we didn't really see much price action other than we got up to like 80 183 and then dropped back down to the one low 100s and been just holding steady there. So
If Bitcoin drops to as low as like 15 to 20K again this year, then I could see us being as high as 50K this time next year. But if Bitcoin kind of does this trading sideways things, or it moves up this year somehow, then I see us kind of hitting in the low 20 range this time next year.
No,
But
absolutely.
at the same time, it's like we're still having the Bulls and Bears fight. I think the Bears got to come in. The Bulls have been winning all year. Like 2023, Bulls have been winning so far.
Yep, exactly. But the Bears are going to come in soon. They're definitely going to come in soon. It's just a matter of time. Shout out to Blank, Quant, or what. Um, you can certainly pick a different. I'd pick either Bitcoin or Ethereum if you want. If you wanted to hedge with Quant, or if you didn't like Quant, but I still think Quant is a good asset to have there, Blake. But hey, thanks for your support and your comment. Shout out to Rich again. I like Adam and Dot. Dot signed a liquidity agreement with XLM. Did not know that.
Yeah, they did.
That.
Polka Dot's great, and it's crazy. It's a 10x to its all time high. Like that's a 10x to its all time high. Like getting in right now,
Mhm.
it's cheap. Like it's so cheap compared to what it was.
Absolutely. And shout out to Britt, one of our great moderators, back in again. Thank you. Thank you for being such a great moderator. And you always got great questions to ask. And shout out to Rich again. You got into Quant at $14 there. That's such a great buy-in. It
Yeah,
definitely you made some money there, buddy. And yeah, good morning to you, Britt. Thanks for joining in. Really appreciate your support. Um, so right now, guys, if you're just joining in, we're just talking about what just some news about Quant, XRP, kind of what's
Polkadot and XLM.
yep. Uh, so and we still got a lot to talk about. So don't know how much we can squeeze in, but definitely ask your questions. Join us live. Another user, I will set up either a Patreon um, or a link for like a Discord for everyone to join in if you want to ask questions more privately. I know sometimes a lot of people do have very in-depth personal questions about finances and don't like to share their losses. But just for you guys to know, I will share my losses. I've definitely lost quite a lot of money, a lot of money. I think back in the, I think about 2013 was my biggest loss in the stock market area. So that's definitely something we'll definitely do. So I know a lot of people might want to ask that. I definitely could see it. But shout out to you guys liking and supporting us. We definitely appreciate it. I definitely appreciate the support as we are only 2 weeks into growing this channel. And I think an open forum for everybody to ask their questions for finance is a good way to help build financial education.
Yeah, we started this because we're enthusiastic about it. We just want to. This is what we talk about in private every day. Like this is what we talk about, text about, and we're pretty much just broadcasting what we talk about. So
Yeah, exactly. And we do it all day. And like we not talk about investing nonstop. It's crazy. But that constant chat keeps your mind focused on it and keeps us growing and learning. And then we start digging into some things. We come back, we find our mistakes, and usually with the two of us chatting, we catch our mistakes quicker than we would just by ourselves. So shout out to Surgic Banger. Take a look at Velo, only 19 million market cap on the 1 week chart. My analysis says it can pump to a penny and a half. Definitely. Definitely keep a look on that. Just keep in mind, guys, only risk what you are willing to lose. So just because it could go in one direction, it might go in the other direction too. But always do your research. Always do learn how to do great analysis of everything that you get into, so you can make the best educated decision that you can. And joining platforms like this and forums like this can only help you get better, as you might see something from a different viewpoint by learning from someone else. And that's kind of what we have here. But shout out to Britt again for your comments. Yeah, I think a Patreon would be pretty cool too. And I hope some of you guys can definitely support, because I do have some more time with my businesses. But once I hire a manager for my biggest site that I'm kind of running myself right now for my moving company, I'll definitely have more time for one-on-ones and kind of like do 30-minute chats and portfolio analysis for you guys. But keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. I am a licensed broker, so we kind of view things a little differently. A broker is only obligated to just trade for you and just let you know if something's a fraud or not. Where a financial advisor is fiduciarily obligated to make sure that you're going in the right direction. If you make a bad trade and it's just a bad trade, I'm not obligated to tell you. Now I could because I'm not an evil person, but I'm still a broker, so I see things as a broker perspective. If you really want like a solid chart for your life financially, definitely go to a financial advisor. They could plot that out for you, tell you how much you have to invest and when you have to invest to grow. Hey, thank you guys for joining. If anyone can
Yes,
like,
sir.
share, and get us going, we're live on all platforms, and we do our replays on YouTube and Rumble as well. So, but we're kind of here talking about crypto XRP. I have a few things I want to talk about on Coinbase. I did put in a huge buy order on Coinbase. I swapped out profits from Walmart into buying up some Coinbase because I think with the coming bull run and set in regulation, I think it's going to come. We're going to get to a good spot again. Um, but with that said, I don't really have too much other thoughts on the Quant other than I think it's one of the staples that you should have in your wallet. I
It's been holding up for a very long time.
Yeah, it certainly has. It certainly has, and I do see it eventually down the road becoming a store of value, like many other things, like how Bitcoin and Ethereum are slowly becoming. But also, you guys got to remember, Bitcoin also has come out with not Bitcoin. I'm sorry, Ethereum has come out is coming out with staking Ethereum at 8%. There's a lot of more use cases for it, but the network is still slow as hell. So until that
Yeah, it
problem is
is.
fixed, we really won't have a real direction with ETH, and ETH won't really be able to break past the this infamous 10K mark. I don't think it'll break past 55K unless it can fix the speed problem.
Exactly. Because as the price gets too high, those gas fees are going to be high with that high price. So pretty
Mhm.
much it's only going to be a wealthy person's network.
Yeah. And then you can really only take your profits because like I mean if you have to spend 2 ETH to get it out because the congestion's so high, I mean you really going to spend $10,000 to move profit, and if you do, you better be moving a hell of a lot of profit.
Yeah, if you're spending $10,000, you must be moving at least 100K plus.
Exactly, exactly. Uh, yeah, shout out to Phoenix. Definitely join. Thank you for your comments. You and your support. I hope you liked and are following us too. Um, it's it's kind of for one I want to kind of switch over the overall market sentiment, and this is what I want a lot of crypto because I know we focus so much on the market cap. uh, you got to think of it like the stock market, and we only have an estimated about 6 million people active in the crypto world, and that's worldwide. And you got to keep in mind 1.1 trillion, it seems like a lot to us individually, but if you start breaking down the industries worldwide, you're looking at real estate at over 500 trillion, construction over 400 trillion. This is worldwide, of course. And then you're looking at like technology, the cell phone industries, all that. This is like the second lowest market. So we have a lot of runway and a lot of
It's
growth,
still
but it's
such
not
an infant market.
it's not going to happen quickly. It's going to take its time, but we got a long runway of growth. And you're right, like the crypto market is right where the stock market was about 150 years ago, like in the 1860s. Very unregulated, wild west. People did a lot of degenerate things. People did a lot of pump and dumps and things like that, scams, frauds. There's a lot of things. There's an infamous one where back in the day in the 1800s, Vanderbilt got wrecked on a basically a pump scheme, one of the most infamous, and they didn't really resolve any of that until the Great Depression in the 30s when they started coming out with regulation and everything because people were just running away with stuff and being degenerate in it. Um, Shout out to do your own research. The value of crypto comes from the fact that fiat is going to zero. It's a historical guarantee. Yes and no, but I think when more people buy in, it's kind of hard to say fiat will go to zero in our lifetime
Yeah.
because it's backed by a military of a government, and you can't really say I can't use it when the one that has the most valued currency has the biggest guns. And they're going to say, hey, you're going to use it or we just going to make you use it. And that's kind of how the US has been operating for the last 100 years. Just use it or we're going to make you use it and you'll fall into ruin or you'll fall into ruin. So I don't think it'll ever go to zero because one, and I know this is kind of, I'm not trying to take shots at politicians, but they're all old. They're all don't know anything. They don't know a lot about the industry and they're constantly harping on fraud, scammers, drug dealers, all this stuff. That's absolutely nonsense because anything digital and involving technology has a footprint that you can track, and you can track it pretty accurately.
Exactly. Bitcoin is not anonymous. The only most anonymous coin out there is Monero.
Yes, and that was designed for some degenerate things, but like I said, like the your local criminals, they don't want to take Bitcoin because they could trace it to you. They want cash because once actual cash is given to them, there's no trace of where it goes
Or
until
if they do take crypto, they will take Monero because
uh,
Monero doesn't have like a public ledger to where you can see transactions like on Bitcoin and ETH.
yeah,
You can't.
exactly.
You can't. There is no transaction scanner for Monero.
Absolutely. Shout out to Crypto Mike. I don't think fiat is going to zero. Like we just said, I don't think it is either. Shout out to do your own research. It is backed by $2 billion plane that can't fly in the rain. Um, hey, there's a lot of craziness, but you also got to remember we're thinking of warfare technology that's way older. Like we just been the United States has really been playing with both hands tied behind its back out of courtesy. There is a lot of pretty powerful stuff. We unfortunately we have the most nukes. We do have a lot of we do the United States has a lot of resources, and what people forget is we supply the world's about 80% of the world's food. So the wheat, rice, all that we make it, and then we ship it out. And if we cut that off, we can cause harm to many countries, and that's where the things like and the Saudis they're not going to take the yuan over the U.S. dollar because then we stop giving them protection, and then they kind of need that for that area. Otherwise, the other states in the Middle East will take them over. Um, yeah, shout out to Arthur Matthews. Thank you for joining the stream. Hope you like and subscribe, and subscribe to us on YouTube as well. Monero and Pirate are both private, yet they don't have public ledgers, so it's very easy to hide things in there. So they could take that, but overall, most crypto ledgers are public. BTC scan and ETH scan are traceable wallet wise. You can see what goes to what wallet, but there is no identities attached to the transaction. Exactly. You can't get in. There's no name to those transactions, but you know where the wallet is, and that's how they catch that. The one of the biggest Bitcoin thefts on record. They catch it because they knew the wallet. They just couldn't get into it, and they didn't know who had it, but they knew what it was, and they were watching it. But shout out to Surgic Banger. Thank you for all your support and your comments. Definitely appreciate it. Shout out to Britt. I have $9 in my Robinhood account. Tell me what to throw it in. Uh, well, there are some dollar stocks that are doing well. I definitely recommend Porch Moving Group. They're like a $1.29. They're definitely going to be growing in the next 5 years. It is a stock I am heavily acquiring. And I'm talking heavily as in like I'm putting like $10,000 $20,000 every
Porch Moving Group. Tell me a little bit about that.
Porch Moving Group is a broker of movers, and they do a full service everything. But here's the thing: it used to be several different brokers, and what they did was they went last about in 2021 and 2022. They bought most of them out and consolidated them into one big company, and that's what Porch Moving Group is. Right
Awesome.
now they're at a loss, but that's because the loss is coming from the debt servicing. But once the debt service is done, the growth comes back. We did have a dip in the last 10 months in the moving industry. So once that growth comes back, Porch Moving Group is going to be up there. It was trading at like $5 2 years ago, but right now it's trading at a buck 25, and it's on most analysts, definitely some good analysts, stock analysts, buy list at a grade A. So it's a good buy-in, but it's something in there. But Britt, I would recommend, just if you could, like $25 or $50 a month in every, as much as you can as you grow, and then you can start investing in some dividend based stocks that can, then you can take the dividends and reinvest them in other stocks or crypto. Shout out to Freedom Fighter, welcome back, definitely love you in here. Binance loves to fake their volume. Absolutely, we've heard quite a bit on exchanges of faking their volume.
Yes, they are. I think Coin Market Cap, the volume of a lot of these cryptos are fake.
Yeah, exactly. And
What if Bitcoin isn't even at like a $15 billion trading volume? It's really at like one.
yeah, and that's what I think. But if you go to Uphold, you can actually, they announce exactly what the volume is. Like, you can see it, and it's pretty low on Uphold for a lot of their volume. Like, they announce when buyers are getting into it, but you can see it's much lower, and they've been around for a fairly long time. So it's kind of confusing. I think Binance is a big uh, cohort of that, but I think,
And
like,
they own
Coinbase
Coin
and
Market
Crypto
Cap
don't.
too.
Yes, they own Coin Market Cap too, but I don't think Coinbase and Crypto.com are doing it as badly as Binance. I think Binance, because Binance and FTX have almost parallel similarities, and I think he's just the one that he didn't get caught last year. So it's hard to say where it's going to go in the future, but I don't think he's as nefarious as SBF was, but CZ is definitely got something in there.
And it's the world's quote unquote largest crypto exchange, you know?
Exactly. And so it's going to get hit hard, and if there, it's going to definitely going to, now the magnifying glass is on there. Um, Shout out to Surgic Banger, divide that 1 million across 5 new wallets. They'll get exhausted watching them. That's true, but the FBI is just too diligent. They'll sit there 24 hours just to watch it. Like,
Yeah, they will.
I've heard that they are committed to catching people, especially since they got a 98.9% conviction rate. Um, Shout out to Brit. Hey, thanks for your support and comment. Um, do your own research. Shout out again. BNB is the next big short. Absolutely. I don't think the value that it is at 313 is really worth anything. So I kind of want to do a real deep dive into that, and then that could be something you could place a short in. But right now, there's nothing really to attack Binance. I think everything's kind of calmed down. So it's definitely going to be something to watch, though. Shout out to Stack Lifestyle. Thanks for joining in, and thank you for your support. And hey, thank you all for your support. We're up to 3.6 likes, so keep sharing them, and we will definitely keep commenting. We definitely like all your questions. Shout out to Stack Lifestyle. Saudi Arabia is joining BRICS $6 trillion bailout. Crypto could get a could get dumped soon for a bit. I apologize there.
Yes, sir. I'm glad if it
Yes,
gets done.
if that could happen, crypto could go down a little bit. It's like jittery wallpaper. As soon as something bad happens, it just folds up. So shout out to Iceberg 02. What is this live about? Well, we start off with crypto and stocks and everything, but We talk about crypto finance news and everything Monday through
And we
Friday.
don't talk about scams or pump and dumps, and we don't
Exactly,
promote anything, and we're not paid shows. We're not paid by anybody. So we just
exactly,
we are on this live stream is literally about what me and him talk about in private, which is like stocks and crypto. Except we're literally just broadcasting the conversations we have for like an hour.
exactly. And shout out to Stacks Lifestyle again. If BTC goes to 30K, June will be a rough month. Absolutely. Although I'm waiting for Bitcoin to go back down to the 17, 18,000 range, which ETH will go back down to about 1,000 to 1,200. And I think that will be the true bottom when that happens. And then that'd be the time to just start dollar cost averaging in as we ride up to next year.
You know,
So,
historically, crypto has a summer lull. In the summer,
mhm.
that's usually when crypto interest is at its lowest in the summer. So it wouldn't surprise me if this summer, the volume is low and we trade sideways and there's not much going on because I
Mhm.
see that. And if that's the case, then this 90 days will be a perfect accumulation phase. 90 days of accumulation.
Hmm. And the summer is always a good time. You always get the lowest points. Like last summer, Quant was at $48. That was a good buy-in point. And shout out to Stack Lifestyle again. Watch XRP and how it affects the market. Yeah, it's right now because of the case getting so close to resolution and Ripple's acquisitions. Uh, XRP has a good chance to affect it positively unless if we have a negative settlement, and then of course it could affect the market in the adverse effect. However, even if XRP gets labeled as a security, it still has great value, still be operating outside the US, still a good investment to have in your wallet. Um, Shout out to Joey, been buying at 1920K. Good luck getting any lower. Yeah, probably won't get any lower, but I do see about 17.5 for Bitcoin. But hey, thanks for your comment. Thanks for joining in. Hope you like and subscribe and share and get more people in here for you. Uh, Shout out to Stacks Lifestyle again. Been waiting for that, brother. DCA all day at those ranges. Absolutely. Crypto Mike, thank you again for your comment there. What are your thoughts on XRP? My thoughts are it has great use case. It's been around for a while. It's definitely going to have a use case in the future and I don't mean like the near future. I mean like the next 100 years as Elon Musk is really pushing for, things for humanity to go out into our solar system. And I do personally think that the first things really going out there are mining companies, as there's a lot of cobalt, iron, platinum, gold out there, and we need all those for electronics. So I think once mining companies, it's possible for mining companies to get out there and start mining it. We can move the hazardous mining aspect of cobalt and all that stuff off the planet and to there, and having an XRP ledger were used is going to be worth more. It's going to be worth more then because the transaction speeds are so fast, it's ridiculous. Right now, Swift takes 3 to 4 days just to circle money from one side of the globe to another. It's going to take months, if not years, for if you have a mining colony like that's like 900,000 miles away from Earth. So that's where I see XRP really getting the full value. It's a real long term play on my part, but I do see the value. I do see more people using it to transfer funds across country lines and border lines. So it's making it cheaper and easier for those people instead of having to, spend $100, $200 to do it.
Especially if most stockbrokers and a lot of use that as a way that you can use XRP to exchange it for a big amount of cash. That's what on-demand liquidity is. That's what it
Mhm.
is. You have that liquidity on demand, meaning if you want to trade $1 billion worth of XRP, on-demand liquidity, the liquidity's there.
Absolutely. Um, yeah, got a lot of comments in here. So I hope we got that question for you, Joey. But thank you for your support and everything. Shout out to Saks Lifestyle again. Also watch LTC with its halving coming. Absolutely, Litecoin is on my watch list as well. And shout out to Joey. He's accumulating a couple coins for his next bull run. So hey, just make sure you guys do your own research and see you there. And I'm with you, Freedom Fighter. I definitely see new lows coming, in my opinion. That's going to make for a good DCA inning, uh, DCAing for us. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I'm kind of hoping it happens soon for us. Uh, and then shout out to Stack Lifestyle again. XRP was JP Morgan's choice for banking coin, but the lawsuit, where's our 584 XRPs at? Hey, absolutely. There's been people constantly saying high 500 for the last year and a half. So I kind of hope it gets there. We'll all become very wealthy if it does.
Well, yeah, J.P. Morgan's also heavy into Ethereum too.
Yes, absolutely. So I got here. But thank you for all your support. And I hope we've answered those questions for you. It's definitely is a super cheap move right now. Crypto Mike, yes, it's a long term part, I believe, in Ripple. Yes, absolutely. So I'm with you on that one. Shout out to you. Uh, Stacks Life also says, with this whole talk of CBDCs, should be investing into privacy coins like Monero. That's true too. There's not a lot of good hype around CBDCs, especially with what China's doing with social credit scores and everything like that. Because if it's a social credit score and you just for say you bought two steaks, you went grilling, and then all of a sudden you hit your carbon limit, they could just shut your wallet off if they wanted to. And we don't like that. We like absolute freedom.
Exactly, because freedom of speech and freedom of money goes hand in hand.
Yep, absolutely. Um, we can definitely do that. We might not have time on this stream as we're already an hour into it, but we can definitely look at Pulse Chain on our Wednesday night chat and really do an in-depth dive on Pulse Chain there. Uh, Shout out to Crypto Mike. I think we bottomed already. Probably could have. Uh, Also, sh- let's see here. Oh, there's someone here. Stack Lifestyle. ETH is my favorite. Waiting for it to flip BC one day. It's definitely a lot of people's favorites. I think it's crypto silver. I don't think I'll ever flip Bitcoin, but that's my personal opinion. Surgic Banger. Do you only invest in mainstream cryptos, or do you go on DeFi world of crypto too? I do a little bit of DeFi crypto world, but not much. I really just stick to blue chips. I think the same thing with Cody, but I'll let Cody answer for himself there.
Yeah, so I wouldn't consider Quant mainstream at all because every time I talk about Quant, people are like, "What does it do?" Like,
Yeah.
what is it? Or when I tell them what it does, people are like, "Oh, well, they're not going to let people get rich off of something that's involved with CBDCs, or oh, that's not going to work, or oh, it's just typical like I don't know much about it type of talk." And that one's a low key one, but honestly, like. I don't mess with DeFi. I don't go too deep into like Uniswap and all that.
Hmm.
I just honestly just DCA into the blue chips. In my opinion, are like Polkadot, Quant, ETH, Chainlink, or like uh, Atom.
Hmm.
Those are my examples. So I just DCA into those, and yeah, I DCA based on risk. So if the risk is high, I lower my DCA. If the risk is low, I up my DCA.
Absolutely. Shout out to do your own research. Explain to me why Quant needs a crypto token. Uh, I think uh, I think Cody can answer this a little bit better, but let me. I'm going to pull up the white paper.
Quant needs a token because you have to pay for the licensing fees. So Quant is used pretty much for licensing and development fees, on the network. And not only that, the Quant token, again, you can send Quant and exchange it for other tokenized assets. Quant is big on tokenizing assets like real estate and bonds and all that. And you can use the Quant token to be able to exchange, your Quant for a tokenized version of like bonds and real estate. And you might ask, well, why do you need a tokenized bond or tokenized real estate when we
Hmm.
have the actual things? Well, it's because it's an actual ownership the actual certificate of ownership, that can't be forged, it can't be made up because it's on the blockchain and it's actually there,
Exactly, exactly. And shout out to Crypto Mike. Not a lot of people don't know about crypto, and I think people know about it now. I
Not to
definitely
just not
hear
the
more
deep.
conversations. I think most people don't get involved in it because right now we have the boomers saying, "Oh, investing is a scam," and then you got them everybody my age, 40 and up, saying, "Oh no, crypto is definitely a scam," and they're all kind of rallying behind the older politicians. And then you got a lot of you young guys that are saying, "No, crypto is great," but right now, with only about 6 million, maybe 7 million people involved in the crypto space, it is definitely a small cap industry, and to be honest, even being at over $1 trillion valuation is phenomenal for only having that many people involved. But
Exactly.
I do see it going up in the future, especially when we get to next bull run. Of course, everyone's going to FOMO in. People don't want to miss out. People are going to get in at the highs, thinking it's going to go even higher, and and then of course people get burned again, and then they say it's a scam, and then they quietly exit out of the market, not realizing that they just made bad timing on when they got in.
Exactly. It's all about when you get in. But Bill Gates, and you have a big crowd of people saying, "Oh, it's a greater fool theory." Well, you can say that about anything. Well, you with stocks, you can sell it at a higher price, and I mean, buy it at a higher price and sell it at a lower price, or you can buy it at a
Yeah,
lower price.
exactly.
But there's Ponzi schemes in the stock market too. And then you say that, and they're like, well, crypto is actually not backed by anything. Stocks, they can be. Well,
Well,
crypto, like, Polkadot and Ethereum, since, you can actually use the tokens on the network, it's software. I don't see it as like, I see it as software.
exactly. And there are actual companies involved, but the same thing with the stocks. Any company can go to zero too. Bad
Yes.
management, bad economy, mismanagement of
Look
company
at First Republic and all
debt.
that.
Exactly. So just because it's on the stock exchange doesn't necessarily mean it's guaranteed to have value. There's been a lot of companies that made it to Dow and Nasdaq that didn't have any value and just poof and disappeared. I mean,
Yep.
what the last one I can really stick out was what is it called? Pets.com. Overspent way too much money on advertising and blew up. But in 2001, I think. And it wasn't really a legitimate idea at the time. Um, Shout out to Crypto Ray. Crypto is the way. Only 5% of the world use it. Imagine when we hit 10 trillion market cap. Absolutely, still a very small industry compared to the rest of the world. And we
I
got
can see 10 to 12 trillion next bull run.
exactly. Um, Shout out to Stake Life. You've definitely been the biggest commenter so far, along with Sturgic Banger. Um, Boomers can take their stock market gains. We will make their yearly gains daily, but when Nasdaq wallets come and 2 trillion is injected into the crypto market overnight, it's too late. Buy now. Absolutely, absolutely, and that's the one thing. People don't realize like right now is that launch board time. Like the plane hasn't left the runway yet. You still got time to dollar cost average in, buy get your targets that you want, do your research, put your money into what you think will make it through. It's like we got a long way to go before we get to those tremendous gains. But once regulation happens, once people are comfortable with it, and once big money like hedge funds and pension funds are heavily involved, are comfortable with the regulation, they'll get into it. And that's where I say 100% we got to get Gary Gensler out of there.
Oh, yeah, he's got to go.
I hate to keep bringing this up with FTX, but he's definitely was a cohort in the FTX debacle. It's only a matter of time before it comes out. And I think SBF's ex girlfriend is going to be the one to just blow the lid off of it and just sit there and tell all the degenerate stuff that was going on. Because I don't care about all the other stupid news, but that is what is going to make it happen. So I really, really want to get rid of. I really want to get rid of Ginsler out of there. He's messing up too much. He needs to go retire, go to the beach.
I think he messed around in the sidelines too much. I think he did a
Yeah.
little bit too much in the back. You know,
Yep.
I think he did a little bit at first. He got a tiny little hint of doing low key stuff, and he was like, I could keep it going. He thought he could keep it going, but
Mhm.
he kept it going a little bit too much.
Exactly. Exactly. Shout out to Britt, one of our great moderators. So if you had to pick your top three safe cryptos for beginners, what would you pick? Uh,
Bitcoin,
Bitcoin.
ETH, Quant.
There you go. Cody says Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Quant. I also say the same things, but there's two. I would say Atom and Dot can be in there as well
Yes.
for one of your top three, but definitely Bitcoin and Ethereum in there. XRP, it's got a little bit more risk involved. It's definitely going to be around, but the risk might be too high for a beginner.
Here's my thing. Sorry, I lost connection.
Oh, no worries.
But
Uh,
I think XRP with this lawsuit, there's a lot of risk involved, and I think it's only a 10x at most. I could be wrong; it could do a lot more, but I think there's a lot of risk involved for a 10x versus something like Quant or
mhm,
Ethereum. Ethereum's most likely going to do pretty much a 10x, but there's a
absolutely,
lot less risk involved.
absolutely,
That's
absolutely.
that's my thing with XRP. If we're going to take that much risk, we should get like a 20-30x. But you have this SEC lawsuit, and you're most likely only going to get like a 10x. It's like that's my thing with it.
Absolutely. I know that we're coming down. Shout out to Crypto Ray. You say that your top three are XRP, Quant, and H bar. Those are good money makers right there. I won't doubt it, but the average beginner might not understand the technology involved in H bar and Quant. But everyone, you got to start out with what you understand. And we also do
Anything for
regular.
enterprises, in my opinion, like Quant wants to connect the enterprises all together in a blockchain. Like
Mhm.
anything for enterprises, I think will do well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I didn't realize that the time kind of got away from us. So we are definitely gotta start wrapping everything up. I'm gonna try my best to get everyone's comments in here. Do your own research. Caroline's diary has been subpoenaed. They know everything already. Exactly. She already did a full she just said I cooperate within the full extent I can, and so, but we're not going to know anything until October as they go to discovery and they go through all the processes and they go to the grand jury. But
You know
we're
what I've
going to know
noticed?
in October.
Anytime criminal guys have a woman involved, it always backfires.
Yeah.
Always backfire. And they always have a woman involved.
Yep. And it's never the cohorts. It's always it's as soon as that trouble hits, it's always the woman that's involved that says, I got all the secrets. I want immunity from this. Here's everything. I want to walk away from this. That's exactly what happens. Um, Hey, Crypto Ray, I know we're coming to the end. I'm trying to answer your questions as quickly as possible. Uh, what about H bar, XRP? Got welcome to the Nasdaq. It's going to happen there. Going to open the way for all the ISO. Exactly. That is going to open more opportunities for quant, etc. Or what about H bar? Okay. Um, I think if anything hits the exchange, Bitcoin, ETH, or XRP, it's definitely, or even Quant, it's definitely going to really pave the way for crypto. Um, I do see a lot of positive things happening. So that's why it's going to be hard to say that we're going to have a good dip, but you never know. It's all about sentiment. We still got a lot. We still got the debt ceiling issue. We still have interest rate issues. We still have inflation issues. We still have a lot of things going on that can affect the cryptoverse. But I'm kind of hoping we're heading in the right direction, and I'm kind of hoping that in the next 2 years that we get a nice trade sideways and we can really dollar cost average in. over a longer period, so everybody that's getting into crypto can definitely get that bag and get some profits and make some life changing wealth.
Oh yeah, that's the plan. You know, that's what I've been planning on.
Shout out to Zinze. Zinze, thanks for joining in. I know you're kind of coming in at the end, but hey, thanks for watching. We always do this live every Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. I don't think it'll hit 5K on the next bull run. It might take another run up to happen, but there's a lot of factors that got to go into Quant hitting 5K. I'm thinking more 1K at the highest, at the absolute highest for this bull run. But my target's like in the low 1800 800s, but somewhere around 700.
I think 2 to 3K is very possible. I think 2K at its highest. Because you got to think the market cap so small. You know, it's a very small market cap.
Exactly. And there's a lot of room. I'm going more conservative. Cody's got a little bit more moderate. But there are some people saying 10,000 is what's going to hit on the next bull run.
I don't
It
think
is a good
10,000.
thing to have in your wallet. I don't. I'm with Cody too. I don't think it's going to hit there, but you never know. Um, with that said, guys, I got one more question here. Should I buy more XRP now or wait till mid July? Right now, it's pretty low, but it seems to be the volume's increasing on XRP. It's starting to push back up. I think if I go back over here to look at the charts, let me pull up the chart here. XRP, XRP. Where'd you go? Go by market cap. Um, if we're looking at it, let me just pull it up here. If we're looking at it, it's definitely as it pulls up here. We got it's been trading sideways. You still got some time to get into it. I still recommend it, and as part of if you're going to have a riskier investment, I still recommend it. Um, and crypto Ray is right; it held up well in this bear market. But the lawsuit is definitely coming to an end. You want to get it before that lawsuit because it could go up to $5 or $6. But keep in mind, it's still even good buy to dollar cost average at that as well. So, I mean, if we're seeing $100, $200 in the long term future, then $5 buy-in is still a great buy-in, if that makes sense. What are your thoughts, Cody? I know that you got to leave in like a couple minutes.
Oh yeah, I actually gotta leave right now. But my final thoughts are just keep doing your own research and just accumulate at your own pace. I think we got a good year and a half, good year to accumulate.
Exactly, and I think so. I think we still have I think we still have a good solid 12 months to accumulate. So, but the lawsuit's going to add some steam to it. We might get back to a dollar after if the lawsuit, but of course the SEC we could get another little delay, another extension, another couple months. Who knows? But hey, thank you guys for all your support. Thank you guys for watching. We definitely support everything. Definitely enjoy all your support. We definitely are happy to have these streams. We do these just because we're already talking about it. We're just kind of sharing our talks with you guys and having more people join in. It is an open forum, so you can certainly ask your questions, comment. If you need to, it's getting to the point where it is getting quite packed in the comment section. So if you need me to see your comment, you can definitely do it on the YouTube live stream. Not many people join that chat, so you can definitely post it there, or you can do a little paid advert and tag your posts in on TikTok. We do get quite a bit of viewers in. We had quite a bit today. So, but I'm hoping that tomorrow is going to be great. It looks like crypto news is a little boring right now, but you never know what kind of happens throughout the day. We'll probably cover more about FTX tomorrow and what's going on in that case, as that's very important for the cryptoverse as well. And of course, we do stocks and everything else. Hey there, Logan. Hey, thanks for joining in. I know you're coming in at the end, but you can definitely like and support us, and then go down catch the live on YouTube for us. But thank you, Britt. You have a great day as well, all you guys. Don't forget, every day 8:30 we have our live. Join us live. Ask your questions. It's open forum, and join us live on YouTube. And the link's there if you want to join live and step up to the stage and ask your questions. But thank you guys. I will definitely see you tomorrow. We'll have some more videos out in just some recorded videos that I'll be posting throughout the week for you guys, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day and enjoy the holiday. Get some barbecue in. I'm about ready to go buy my stuff for barbecuing, getting some steaks and hamburgers and everything. So thank you guys. It's been fun. I will check you guys later.